Right, we're working on the homework for this lesson. It's the second applications lesson, lesson 1-2.3. This is by far, it says, the hardest lesson so far. It's the 44th most difficult lesson in the course. So what can you do? First of all, take a deep breath. These are only application problems. You could make your first visit to academic services or get other help. See the syllabus to see what's available. Watch this video. The videos take less than 30 minutes, and people who don't watch the video take an average of an hour longer than those that get help. The average time on this lesson is 57 minutes. Contact your instructor before you lose heart. That's the important thing. All right, let's get going then. First question. It's a review from before. In each of the following, translate an expression and translate an equation or inequality. 2 more than a number. Let y be a number. 2 more than a number is y plus 2. Remember, whenever you see the word than, whatever is after the word than goes first, and whatever is before the than goes later. And then 2 is more than a number. 2 is more than a number. 2 is greater than y. So you see the difference between 2 more than a number and 2 is more than a number. All right. Question 3. Oh, we got a hang up here. I don't know what's going on. It's running kind of slow before too. Wonder if I should just X out of it and start it over again. I think I will. Leave page. Let's go to question 2. Try it again. Okay, now let's go to question 3. There we go. The variable x is the unknown. Then we are supposed to write this as an equation. The sum of a number and 8 is negative 30. So x is our variable, plus 8 because it says sum, and then equals is how we translate the word is, negative 30. All right, so if you subtract 8 from each side, you get x is negative 38. All right. 5/4 of a number is subtracted from 15. So it's not this first one because the 15 has to go first. The result is 5. Find the number. So 15 minus 5/4 x is 5. Notice this one doesn't have the x in it. Okay. And then what is the number? Well, let's subtract 15 from each side, and we get negative 5/4 x. I better use our tool for this one. So we're going to subtract 15 from each side, and we get negative 5/4 x is negative 10. Multiply both sides by negative 4/5. These cancel, and we get x equals negative 40, which is positive 40, over 5, which is 8. Okay, next one. Word application. The first thing that you do in word applications, is you read them until you understand what it is you're looking for and what it is you know. In a recent year, the total sales at restaurant A were 200,000 more than restaurant B. The total sales at the two stores were $600 million. What were the sales for the year at each store? So we've got A store sales and B store sales. We need both. We always base our variable on the second one listed. So this is B. it says A is 200,000 more than B, so B plus 200,000. And the total sales at the two stores were 600 million. So we take these two stores and add them together. B plus 200,000 equals 600 million. So we have 2B, that's what you get when you combine these. Let's subtract 200,000 from each side. We get 599,800,000 over here is 2B. Divide both sides by 2. So on our calculator, we would press 599,800,000 divided by 2 is B equals 2999 followed by 5 zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 29990000. Okay, so then A is 200,000 more than that, so it would be 300. So plus 200,000. 0010000. Okay, number 6. In 1990, the cost of tuition at a certain private high school was $3,040. In 1995, it was 105% of the 1990 tuition. What was the approximate cost in 1995? 1995 is going to be C for cost. Okay. We know that 1990 it was $3,050. So the $3,040. The tuition in 1995, that's C, equals 105 times 3040. Actually, it's 1.05. It's 105%. So we'll just multiply 3040 times 1.05, and we get $3,192, which makes sense that it would be more expensive than 1995. 3192. Next one. These are the ones that people get wrong on their tests all the time. Let's see why they get them wrong. A mother wants to invest $15,000 for her son's future education. She invests a portion of the money in a bank CD, which earns 4%, and the remainder in a savings account that earns 7%. If the total interest after 1 year is $900, how much money is invested in the CD account? So, oops, I gotta X that. It's not writing in the right spot. I'll try it again. Okay. So CD is what we want to know. Okay, let's use the letter C for CD. With these kind of problems, it makes sense to make a chart. Principal times rate is interest. Okay, we've got a CD and we've got a savings bond. Now, in this kind of chart, you always multiply going across and you add going down. Okay, we called this is C is the principal. How much the rate of the CD is 0.044%. The rate of the savings bond is 0.077%. You can't add the rates together. But we do know that the principals add up to 15,000. Oops, too many zeros. 15,000. If this is C, this one is 15,000 minus C. Because remember, this plus this has to add up to the total. We know that the total interest is $900. Remember, you multiply going across, since we don't know what the interest rate was, but we do know that the total amount of interest was $900. This is 0.04C. This is 0.07 times 15,000 minus C. So if you add those two together, let's multiply that out. 0.07 times 15,000 is 1050 minus 0.07C. Now we're going to add those two together. So that'd be 1050, and then 0.04C minus 0.07C is minus 0.03C. Now, what is true is that these two boxes represent the exact same amount. So we've got one more equation that we can write from this that says 1050 minus 0.03C, that's this box, equals 900. Those two boxes always are equal. The adding down box is equal to the multiplying across box. So if we subtract 1050 from each side, we get negative 0.03C equals $150. Divide negative 150. Divide both sides by negative 0.03, and we get $5,000. C is $5,000. 15,000 minus 5,000 is 10,000. So how much money is invested in the CD? $5,000. Now, I would suggest you do this problem a couple times so that you get good at that kind of problem, since it is the kind that people get wrong on the tests a lot. Another similar problem here. An actor invests some money at 5% and 44,000 more than twice that amount at 12%. The total annual interest from the two investments, how much did he invest at each amount? Use the 6-step method. So the first step is always to say what our variable is. So let's call the first one the smaller, S for smaller. The larger amount, it says here, is 44,000 more than, so 44,000. Since it's more than, we always put the plus sign, switch around the order whenever you see the word than, twice that amount, so 2S is the larger amount. Now we can make our chart, our 3x3 chart. Where we've got principal, rate, interest. S is smaller. 2 smaller plus 44,000. So this would be 3 smaller plus 44,000, right? If you add going down. The rate of this first one is 0.05. The rate of this one is 0.12. So when you multiply going across here, This is 0.05s. This is 2 times 0.12, which is 0.24s, plus, now we need to take 44,000 times 0.12, and we get 5,280. Add these two together. So 0.05 plus 0.24 is 0.29s plus 5,280. Now, it tells us that the total amount of the investments was total interest was 48,780. So we're going to make these two boxes equal to each other. 0.29s plus 5,280 equals $48,780. Subtract 5,280 from both sides. We get 0.29s equals 48780 minus 5280. I get 43,500. Divide both sides by 0.29. So divided by 0.29 is 150,000. Okay, oops, too many zeros. 150,000. The larger amount is twice that, so that'd be 300,000 plus 44 is $344,000. So 150,000 at 5% and 344,000 at 12%. Next one. Same kind of a problem that we can use our chart on at least. It's not totally the same. But we've got our multiplying chart. This is where the percent goes. This is the amount. Okay, so this is 0.06. We want to know how much 8%. Okay, a pharmacist wishes to make a solution that is 0.06. I'm sorry, the total is going to be 0.06. She has some 0.03 on hand and wishes to add some 0.08 to get the 6% solution. How much 0.08% solution should she add? Okay, let's put in some numbers here. She has 60 milliliters of this. Remember, you multiply going across and you add going down. Okay, this would be 0.03 times 60 is 1.8. This amount, let's call it added, for A for added. So this is 0.08A when you multiply going across, and this is 60 plus A when you add going down. Now we have to multiply that by that to get how much total we have. So 60 times 0.06, so we multiply it and we write it in this box over here. And we get 3.6 plus 0.06A. Let's add going down here. That's 1.8 plus 0.08A. Those two boxes are equal. So our formula, when we get to writing it here, is 1.8 plus 0.08A equals 3.6 plus 0.06A. To solve this, we subtract the smaller amount from each side. And then that'll take care of this. So we have to subtract the 1.8 from both sides. And so we'll get 0.08 minus 0.06 is 0.02A equals 3.6 minus 1.8 is 1.8. Divide both sides by 0.02. 1.8 divided by 0.02 is 90. So she should add 90 milliliters. Okay, and that is the last of these problems. I would strongly urge you to try them a number of times so that you know how to do these problems.